Like and subscribe right now or you're going to have bad luck for the rest of the week. The sea is a wonderful but mysterious place. Marine environments can be mesmerizing to observe, but don't forget that they're dangerous, sometimes life-threatening. What's possibly the scariest fact about the ocean is that humanity has only explored a tiny part of it. Here's some perspective. 71% of the Earth's surface is covered in water. 97% of that is ocean water. And humans have yet to explore more than 80% of the ocean. So, for even the most experienced diver, exploring underwater is always dangerous. There's no telling what creatures might pop out of nowhere. But even if we exclude unknown aquatic creatures, there's still hundreds of known life in the oceans that pose a threat to us. In this video, we'll be discussing just some instances when dangerous animals decided to take action against humans. Fortunately, none of them caused any fatalities. 10 most dangerous ultimate close calls in the sea. Number 10. Girl encounters gentle manatee. Manatees, also called sea cows, are massive marine mammals that are herbivorous. Their gigantic size and appearance may make them seem scary, but they're in fact harmless, playful creatures. However, the girl in the video didn't know that. She became terrified when a manatee swam past her. When the large animal started to close in on her, she fainted for a brief period of time. But luckily, she regained her senses and swam for a nearby boat. Although manatees are docile, if they feel threatened by a creature's behavior, they could alter their attitude in a second. This is what seemed to happen with the manatee when the girl started panicking. Luckily, she was not attacked and returned to the boat safely. Number 9. Great white shark encounter. California surfer David Woodward experienced something amazing when he decided to try his GoPro camera for the first time. David went out for a short surf just off the coast of an isolated beach when the most unexpected thing happened. He was paddling with his hands, laying on his belly on the surfboard, when he realized one of the ocean's most deadly feared animals was lurking in the water right nearby. According to him, the great white shark kept swaying left to right, also going in front of him at times. But Woodward also claimed that the shark didn't seem to have any bad intentions towards him, though how can someone really know? In the least, if you watch closely, you can see the shark behind him. It's a near certainty that if the shark had wanted to, it would have easily ripped a bite right out of him. Fortunately, David hurried back to shore and made it unharmed. Number 8. Octopus attack. Octopi are wonderful creatures that live near rocks and corals on the ocean floor. But though they don't normally attack humans, their 8 tentacles, coloring, and texturing make them look really eerie. Some can also be seriously poisonous, such as the blue-ringed octopus in this video. We can see that a massive octopus doesn't seem to like a diver and decides to throw itself on him. Even though the diver had a lot of experience, he struggled for quite some time against the octopus's grasp before he was able to break free. And even then, he had to let go of his camera as the creature persisted in clutching onto it. Luckily, the diver was not only able to free himself, but do so without touching the octopus, as its venom could turn fatal. Number 7. Shark jumps on the boat. While it would, no doubt, be fun to see fish jumping into boats from the water, most people wouldn't feel the same if a great white shark did so. As a group of researchers were conducting shark population research off the Cape Coast of South Africa, they heard a giant splash. When they went to investigate, they found a massive great white shark slamming against the deck of their boat. The panic-stricken shark kept twirling and turning, damaging the fuel lines and other equipment on board. Then it got stuck on the edge of their boat. It was there for nearly an hour, struggling to free itself. All the while, crew members poured water over its gills to keep it alive. In the end, the shark managed to free itself without having sustained too much damage. This isn't the first time a great white has gotten stuck on a boat, by the way. Number 6. Cayman Island shark attack. Lionfish have a reputation for being one of the most poisonous marine creatures in the entire world. What's possibly even worse is that their population is abundant. The coast off Cayman Island is one such place filled with lionfish. In reaction, measures have been taken to try to control their population, as they're quite an unwanted fish. However, when Jason Dimitri was working his job to catch lionfish, he had a terrifying encounter, not with lionfish, but with a shark. Since his job is already risky, he had a spear with him, which he would use to protect himself against such dangerous encounters. It turns out the shark was attracted by the large number of dead lionfish Dmitri had caught. When he realized that he wasn't the focus of the shark's interest, he dropped the bag. Subsequently, the shark calmly swam away. Fortunately, he was able to return safely thanks to the spear he had with him for protection. Number 5. Crocodile attack on a drone. Quentin Roper was trying to catch picturesque views of the landscape from the sky off the coast of the Australian island Groote Eylandt. As he was trying to find the perfect angle from the sky to get the most scenic view, he caught a glimpse of a crocodile floating on the surface of the water. Overcome with curiosity, he flew his drone in close to the crocodile to get a better look at it. Despite a strange object coming at it, the crocodile seemed rather calm, but they typically do. And then something bizarre happened as the drone was passing by. The crocodile suddenly plunged towards the drone and tried to snatch the object. Captured drone footage showed all of this. Luckily, the drone narrowly escaped the crocodile's crushing bite, flying back to Roper quite in one piece. Nevertheless, the video still seems extremely terrifying. Number 4. Box jellyfish. If only judged by their outward appearance, jellyfish seem to be magnificent creatures. However, in reality, they're extremely dangerous. They may look soft and harmless, but their narrow tentacles contain several microscopic stingers that they use to inject venom into prey or for protection. Despite knowing this, the video here shows a man underwater with nerves of steel, or something, getting dangerously close to a massive jellyfish. In addition, the man wasn't wearing much protective gear. Much of his skin is exposed, which is actually a far more stupid than courageous thing for him to do. A jellyfish sting in the least can be extremely painful and, at the most, fatal if untreated. Even the man's friends warn him, but he seemed determined to show off his courage, or, as most people would say, his idiocy. Number 3. Beluga whale saves life. Many people think that animals are incapable of having or expressing feelings, but animals continue to prove them wrong. In fact, some animals seem to be more kind-hearted than some humans. This was such a case when a beluga whale named Mila saved a human. 26-year-old Yang Yum was competing in a free diving contest at the Polarland Aquarium in China to become a whale trainer. In the middle of her swim, her legs suddenly cramped up and she couldn't swim properly. The competition required the contestants to hold their breath as long as they could, so she had no breathing gear. Out of the many beluga whales in the pool, only Mila became aware of Yang's predicament and hurried to help her. Though it looked like Mila was going to bite her, she instead grabbed Yang's legs with her mouth and helped her up to safety. Number 2. Tiger shark encounter. The diving shark encounter experience can be one of the most wonderful memory-making experiences of anyone's life. For this activity, a bunch of guides take a group of people for a dive, where a metal box containing bait is lowered to the bottom of the ocean to lure in sharks. When the sharks come near, the divers enjoy a once-in-a-lifetime, thrilling experience. However, if things don't go according to plan, that experience could become a terrifying nightmare. Such was the case in Fiji with Steven Sim, when a massive 4.5 to 5.4 meters, or 15 to 18-foot tiger shark ignored the bait and honed in on the group instead, attacking them. The guides tried pushing it away using a pole, but by the time they succeeded, the shark had already left a 7.6 centimeter or 3 inches mark on Sim's head. Luckily, the attack wasn't fatal, but the experience was traumatizing for everyone. Number 1. Shark attack on live TV. Mick Fanning, the 3-time Australian surfer, narrowly escaped death in 2015 from a shark attack. He was competing in the final of the J-Bay Open in South Africa, which is a major competition that was being broadcast on TV. During the competition, he was knocked off his surfboard and was floating in the sea when a shark fin popped up beside him. When the shark launched an attack on him, Fanning realized what was happening and began to panic. There was a lot of water splashing, and then he swam in a rush for shore. Fortunately, he was brought back to safety. Later, he claimed he was only able to get a head start away from the shark as he'd punched it in the back of its head, startling the beast. However, he suffered from post-traumatic stress disorder for many years after the incident. That is all for today's video. Thank you all for watching. While you're here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos on your screen. See you there!